Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve a premium mix with the least amount of plugins. Alright, let me play the track.
That KMT, she's a waste of time. 15 on a BK shape. Me and Robo got cleared that soon. They didn't even rate when I started this music thing. Now love them play my tune. Joe to the talk, can't stop it. Soon take off like rocket. I've been plugged in from day one. They know what it is, I don't need no socket. I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown, need the bougie one. That B wanna sing this song. Chase paper, yeah, get that done. This last dog gets long sometimes. She want me to stop, but she finds it fun. Flashback when they doubted me, so I stepped on a beat and the beat got spun. See, I can never wipe me a hole.
Right, that's all I'm going to play for now. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the video. Right, lead vocal, vocal dubs, ad-libs. That's what I've routed all into something I call the vocal bus. Okay, the main effects or the main plugins are on the lead vocal, vocal dub. They're actually kind of spread out, which I always recommend, okay? I only have the beats for this one, just the MP3 beat. But I probably will get access to the stems very soon, and if I do, I'll show you guys how I would mix with the stems itself. Alright, so let's kind of work from the lead vocal. The lead vocal, let's solo everything with just mute everything, right, and just see how that sounds like. Let's play it from about this hook.
See, I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown, need the bougie one. That B wanna sing this song. Chase paper, yeah, get that done. This last dog gets long sometimes. She want me to stop, but she finds it fun. Flashback when they doubted me, so I stepped on a beat and the beat got spun. See, I can never wipe.
That's how it sounds like with no effects at all. And you see the actual recording sounds clean. And at first of all, that's kind of the first step you want to kind of achieve, is make sure the artist is performing wonderfully, if that makes sense. Okay, let's look at the lead vocal. The first thing I added on the lead vocal was the F6 RTA stereo. So basically this is a dynamic EQ. I use this one initially because it depends. Sometimes I may use compression first or EQ first. It depends on the artist, alright? So this is the dynamic EQ F6. I like this one. Basically this is the settings here. Let's play it one by one. Yeah, one by one. Let's solo it as well.
See, I can never wipe me a hole if I'm
without it.
See, I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown, need the bougie one.
With it now.
See, I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown, need the bougie one.
The main frequencies I'm removing or attenuating are this bit here.
I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown, need the bougie one. That B wanna sing this song.
So this is kind of just, it has a threshold here, and every time it hits this threshold here, it will kind of reduce it a bit. Also reducing some of the frequencies here to give them much more clarity. I prefer to duck, and then later I'll probably add some boosting if I need to. But this is basically the EQ, the first EQ I added here.
See, I can never wipe me a hole.
Next thing I added was the future compressor. I think this is just kind of smoothing out the vocal again. So without the compressor.
See, I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown, need the bougie one.
With it.
See, I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown, need the bougie one. But
you should be able to hear that, okay, compression is being taken place. Attack is kind of fast. Releases, it's alright, kind of fast-ish. Ratio 4, and this is just compressor.
See, I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown, need the bougie one.
After those two there, I added DSR. So the first thing, if you want to get like a premium sound, EQ, compress, and then DS. Ideally, it doesn't have to all be on the lead vocal, like all of these at the same time. Sometimes you can just add the EQ and the DSR on the lead vocal, and other things depending on the artist mainly. Okay, DSR is just DS in the vocals.
See, I can never wipe me
without the DSR.
See,
with the DSR.
See, I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown, need the bougie one.
It's not doing it too much where it just sounds muffled, but just a bit. Okay, then the vocal dubs. O's an imager 2. So if we play the vocal dubs,
bougie one.
So this is without any of the effects enabled on the vocal dubs.
Bougie one, sing the song, get that done.
Okay, now with the O's and imager 2.
Bougie one,
spreads it out.
Sing the song, get that done.
Cool. Then through to delay 3. I like adding delay on the vocal dubs because the vocal dubs doesn't always come in all the time. So when it does come in, it's going to delay that signal a little bit, and it's just a quarter note timing. The default, I just messed with the level and the wet value. That's what I did, and the cutoff.
Bougie one, sing the song, get that done.
Like that. Then I added this compressor. Let's open it up. Where can it be? Let me try and find this. But yeah, I added this compressor, and let me open. Where is this thing? Am I seeing things? Okay, not down there. I think the compressor is similar to the other one. For some reason it's not opening up. Anyway, okay, here it is. My bad. Okay, so this compressor compresses it a bit more. So let's play without the compressor, then with the compressor, so we can actually hear.
Bougie one.
Without it.
Sing the song. Get that done.
With it now.
Bougie one.
Hear that.
Sing the song. Get that done.
The reason why I compressed it so hard is because the artist wanted the vocal dubs not to be so present. And in this mix here, I was going for like a premium, chilled type of mix that's kind of present, but not giving you that overly processed sound. And this worked out having the vocal dubs just sitting in the background with a bit of that delay feeding into the main vocal bus there. So that kind of worked out. So in total, the lead vocal sounds like this.
Tony the bougie one. Bad B wanna sing this song. Chase paper, yeah, get that done. This last star gets long sometimes. She want me to stop, but she finds it fun. Flashback when they doubted me, so I stepped on the beat and the beat got spun. See, I can never wipe me a hole if I'm up Tony the bougie one.
Cool. Then ad-libs, of course. Check out the card above. You can check out the video on ad-libs. I also have like a free ad-libs preset pack for FL Studio and Logic Pro. You can go and get that. Essentially, this is why I added EQ, typical EQ for ad-libs. You get it? I think if you guys have been watching for some time now, you know I always use this type of ad-lib effect. So if you solo the ad-libs with no effects first, this is not enabled here.
Bougie. That's rare.
Then if I enable it one by one now, EQ.
That's rare.
Filters it a bit. Pancake 2. This plugin pans left and right. So you hear that pan motion from your left ear to your right ear. Listen.
That's rare. Where?
Okay. Delay. Default settings, I just messed with the level and the wet value.
That's rare.
See?
Where?
Then the compressor. I compress this. Let's see. Is it hard? I think, yeah, it's hard. So let's compress this. I mean, let's play this with the effects on now.
That's rare.
Hear that.
Where? I spin it.
So I compressed it kind of hard so it can give that more of that dynamically squeezed effect, because the lead vocal is kind of more transparent. There's not much dynamic. There is. You can hear the compression. Once I go to the vocal bus, you hear that. Yeah, this is compressed, but it's not overly processed, which a lot of people like to go for that overly processed sound, and it loses its touch. Like the track loses its feel, and it's like its soul is sucked out of the track in a sense. So I overly compressed the vocal dubs and ad-libs so that it can compensate for the lesser type of compression on the lead vocal. So with the lead vocal, the vocal dubs and ad-libs, it all sounds like this together.
Oh yeah,
Split from the verse.
Mona Lisa wanna know what I do. I'm an artist, so call me goth. It's splash bread on bitches, still their riches, I still make no prof. Burn this bridge with this old school friend, fake as fuck, I cut that off. And my bro still going up Quay with mask on face so he don't cough. If he steps on field that Beckham.
That's what it sounds like. Okay, now on the vocal bus, this is where the magic happens. Actually, let me play this the beat, the track so far with the beat as well. Enabled.
Mona Lisa wanna know what I do. I'm an artist, so call me goth. It's splash bread on bitches, still their riches, I still make no prof. Burn this bridge with this old school friend, fake as fuck, I cut that off. And my bro still going up Quay with mask on face so he don't cough. If he steps on field that.
Sounding clean, isn't it? Cool. Now the next thing on the vocal bus, this is where the majority happens. Okay, on the master, all I added was a limiter. That's it. Okay, the vocal bus. The first thing I added, let me enable the vocal bus and just bring this up here. Okay, and disable all these effects one by one. First thing I added without the vocal bus, without any of the effects enabled, and play it one more time.
Mona Lisa wanna know what I do. I'm an artist, so call me goth.
Okay, the first thing I added was this Fat Filter Pro Q. Okay.
Mona Lisa wanna know what I do. I'm an artist, so call me goth. It's splash bread on bitches, still their riches, I still make no prof.
This basically, I added this EQ so I can get more clarity out of the vocal mix itself. Then because I know that once I add this type of EQ, because I know I'm gonna feed it into a compressor afterwards. I like to EQ, clean up first, then compress it. That way, when I do compress it, it's not including all the artifacts from the un-EQ'd vocal take. So basically, I took out more of the low end, dipped some of these frequencies there. I boosted it tiny bit. If I go to the 12 dB one, that's how it looks like. And yeah, so this is basically what I did. I rolled off the lows and made it clear. That's essentially mainly what I did, and just dipped some of the frequencies there around this frequency range here. That's essentially what I did, and it gives it the sound.
Mona Lisa, wanna know what I do? I'm an artist, so call me goth. It's smash bread on bitches, still their riches. I still make no profit. Burn this bridge with just.
Second thing I added on this vocal bus was the our compressor. So I think you're kind of seeing that, hey, with this type of minimally processed, like a minimally processed track, EQ, compression, and then another multiband, then a reverb on the vocal bus. It's kind of simple. More times, sometimes, even I do sometimes, if I'm going for like a heavy mix or whatnot, sometimes I can be filling up the whole vocal bus slot rack. But in this video, of course, as I said, with the least amount of plugins, okay? You can also do this with stock plugins. But yeah, let me show you, continue showing this. This is the compressor now. Without the compressor.
Mona Lisa, wanna know what I do? I'm an artist, so call me goth.
With the compressor.
Mona Lisa, wanna know what I do? I'm an artist, so call me goth. It's smash bread on bitches, still their riches. I still make no profit. Burn this bridge with just old school friend. Fake as fuck, I cut that off. And my bro still going up quick with mask on face, so he don't cough. If he steps on field that Beckham.
Yeah. So this is just to reduce some of those dynamics there and make it sound louder and more a bit smoother, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Mona Lisa.
After this compressor, I added a C4 multiband processor. Okay, this one's parametric. I love this one. It does wonders. So basically all I did here, let's play it without it and then with it quickly.
Mona Lisa, wanna know what I do? I'm an artist, so call me goth. It's smash bread on bitches, still their riches. I still make no profit.
Now with it now.
Mona Lisa, wanna know what I do? I'm an artist, so call me goth. It's smash bread on bitches, still their riches. I still make no profit. Burn this bridge with just old school friend. Fake as fuck, I cut that off. And my bro still going up quick with mask on face, so he don't cough. If he steps on field.
I think, if honestly, using anything that's kind of dynamic always works out. Like, it's always good to use, even if like you don't. Like, what I'm trying to say is that use like a static EQ type of thing and then use a dynamic, something else like a dynamic processor, because if you just use static all the time, it's not really the same. You know, it's not really the same, because if you use static, it's just either cutting out or gaining. This is doing it dependent or based on what frequency is actually kind of appearing, if that makes sense. So always kind of, if you can, use some sort of multiband parametric processor. Yeah, that's my 2 cents there. So this is how it sounds like in total. Let's play it from like this bit here.
That KMT, she's a waste of time. 15 on a BK shape. Me and bro got cleared that soon. They didn't even rate when I started this music thing. Now love them play my tune. Joe to the can't stop it. Soon take off like rocket. I've been plugged in from day one. They know what it is. I don't need no socket.
And you can hear that it's actually sounding decently right now from this point. And the next thing I added was some reverb, not so that it doesn't sound completely dry. You know, because if you heard that, hey,
that KMT, she's a waste of time. 15.
Although you can get away with just using it like that. Some people may prefer reverb, and I added some reverb, but not a lot to where it's washing out. But let me play the reverb with it now.
That KMT, she's a waste of time. 15 on a BK shape. Me and bro got cleared that soon. They didn't even rate when I started this music thing. Now love them play my tune.
With the beat now.
That KMT, she's a waste of time. 15 on a BK shape. Me and bro got cleared that soon. They didn't even.
Decay is only 1.72 seconds. It's kind of a quick reverb. Then I also added another reverb around here. So this one is just for the lead vocal. And I added another one. This is the one on the lead vocal bus. So it's like a pre-delay 0. So it's almost like a chamber effect. So if I just solo the lead vocal and listen to this. Let me take off the first reverb. The reverb on the vocal bus.
That KMT, she's a waste of time. 15 on a BK shape. Me and bro.
Let me increase the mix here so that I can actually hear it. So you can hear it.
That KMT, she's a waste of time. 15 on a BK shape. Me and bro got cleared that soon. They didn't even rate when I started this music thing. Now love them play my tune. Flow too cold, can't stop it. Soon take off.
Yeah, it's like a chamber effect. If I increase the decay, you probably hear a bit more.
That KMT, she's a waste of time.
My bad. This wasn't even enabled. So let me do all that again. Okay, so this is how it sounds like with how the setting was like.
That KMT, she's a waste of time. 15 on a BK shape. Me and bro got cleared that soon.
You can hear it's that background chamber effect. If I increase the mix.
That KMT, she's a waste of time. 15 on a BK shape. Me and bro got cleared that soon. They didn't even rate when I started this music thing. Now love them.
So this reverb, so in total I got like 2 reverbs. I didn't want to add, because I like one overall reverb on the vocal bus. Then sometimes every now and then you can add individual effects on on the side like this, like I did here. So this combined with this reverb here, it sounds like this in total.
That KMT, she's a waste of time. 15 in a BK shape. Me and bro got cleared that soon. They didn't even rate when I started this music thing. Now love them playing my tune. Go too cold, can't stop it. Soon take off like rocket. I've been plugged in from day one. They know what it is. I don't need no socket. I can never wipe me a hole if I.
And then with the beat.
That KMT, she's a waste of time. 15 in a BK shape. Me and bro got cleared that soon. They didn't even rate when I started this music thing. Now love them playing my tune. Go too cold, can't stop it.
And then finally, on the master, I added the limiter. So that if I play the limiter itself, voice rate is gonna get louder. This is just basically a basic limiter. So I've reduced the threshold until it was at a decent level, and I put ultra release. So this way, I can send it to the artist, and the artist can actually jam with it and listen to it until I actually get the stems, because I'm planning on getting the actual stems, the beat stems. So once I get the beat stems, I'll be able to show you guys a full video if I do get them, and or it's just to see, because sometimes you don't want to overcommit in a mix. That's not what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you don't want to, if you know that you're going to be receiving something or you're going to be making changes for sure, send them like a pre-draft. So you can check out the video what I've done about something called pre-draft or pre-mixing, so you can send it to clients so that they can be happy and listen to the actual track itself. So let me play this with the limiter now without it first.
I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown in the bougie one. That B wanna sing this song, chase paper, yeah, get that done.
With it now.
See, I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown in the bougie one. That B wanna sing this song, chase paper, yeah, get that done. This last dog gets long sometimes, she want me to stop but she finds it fun. Flashback when they doubted me, so I stepped to the beat and the beat got spun. See, I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown.
And that's it. That's mainly the video there. So in total, if you look at how many plugins I've used, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get what I'm trying to say, you know. Of course, I use plugins, but it's not like it's filling up every single one type of thing. I think this is kind of a, in my opinion, this is a minimal type of mix. Okay. Also, if you look at here, there's some beat stutters, no, some vocal stutters and some beat manipulation. So some around here.
And she don't even know my song like that. KMT, she's a waste of time. 15 in a BK shape. Me and bro got cleared that soon. They didn't even rate when I started this music thing. Now love them playing my tune. Go too cold, can't stop it. Soon take off like rocket. I've been plugged in from day one. They know what it is. I don't need no socket. I can never wipe me a hole if I'm uptown in the bougie one. That B wanna sing this song, chase paper, yeah, get that done. This last dog gets long sometimes. She want me to stop but she finds it fun. Flashback when they doubted me, so I stepped to the beat and the beat got spun.
Alright, so that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.